United approach Hermoso. Who the hell is Mario Hermoso? A free agent. Free for Manchester United. Yes, free. That's why we are going for him. We are skint. We have no money to spend. We can't sell players. Eriksen is staying. Yoro's injury is worse than first thought. There is so much news to go around today at this lunchtime. Breaking news as well with this so-called approach for Hermoso. We're going to get into that first and get all your comments on that. What do you think that means for Manchester United? Where are we at? We have plenty to get through, like I said, so we're going to get all of your thoughts on it. This is our interactive midday show. Everybody get into the chat, let me know what you think. Do you know much about him? How are Manchester United able to get this deal done? The wages that are involved in this, and a get out of jail card, maybe. We'll talk about it in detail. Let's go. There are rumours about Maguire still being on the still being monitored by Italian clubs as well. I mean, I don't know how serious I take United players leaving anymore, to be honest. I'm seriously just looking at what United can get through the door, because we'll go into details on the players that are leaving, but reality tells us that we're really not going to be able to sell any players. We've got updates from Samuel Luckhurst. Plenty going on at Manchester United, guys. Lunchtime is going to be rammed. Get your comments in. Take a breather and let's go, shall we? Give the video a like. Let's get another 600 likes on this video, guys. Please do subscribe. I've got you covered with all news, like this news, which is covering Hermoso. Who the hell is this guy? Where's he come from? Well, he has come from Atleti. He's come from Madrid, and it is a free agent. 29. Does not fit anything in terms of profile for Manchester United, what Ineos are looking at age-wise or anything like that. But when he's free, he's 29. It looks like United are going down that road again. How long will the contract be? We need to get into details on what is actually happening here with this one. So, first of all, where has this come from? Where has the news come regarding Hermoso from Atleti? Right, so we've got a journalist from the Madrid side of things which is breaking this. All the aggregator accounts on Twitter for Manchester United based news are all over this right now. And it basically reads that Manchester United have initiated official contract talks with centre-back Mario Hermoso. Negotiations are in initial phase. He is asking for a gross salary of €6 million and a 3-year deal. 3-year deal, taking him to 32 for a player that cost nothing. Do United make this happen just so we have got actual cover at centre-back? Because I'm going to talk about the situation that's come about on a report on Leny Yoro soon as well. And everything else that we already know injury-wise and concerns with Manchester United in our defensive department right now. But guys, you get in the chat and let me know. Is this a deal that United should be looking at? Is this a player that Manchester United just cannot turn away at the moment with the situation what's going on? What does this tell us about Matthias de Ligt and that bid as well going on right now? What's going on with Matthias de Ligt? Jesus Christ, apparently he's had a hit and run according to reports in Germany. So are we best just leaving that one well clear right now and not going anywhere near Matthias de Ligt? Pretty crazy as to what's actually going on with United right now. But again, we said it all along. Like we said it this morning, it's going to be absolute craziness right now and very reactional sort of deals going on all over the place. United not standing still. They know they need players. Samuel Luckhurst has come out and said that Manchester United need 3 new players. They want another 3 and are expected to bring another 3 in. The word 3, as in FREE, like we're talking now, definitely goes to the top of that list because United are skint. We have no money to spend. We cannot sell any players. So, when you look at Mario Hermoso from Atleti, played a good chunk of last season. Like it's a free agent at 29. You're wondering, this must be a guy that really no one cares about. But 45 games for Atleti last season. 31 in the league and 9 Champions League appearances for them as well. So, played the majority of the season and has played at the top level. This is an experienced defender we're talking about right here. Predominantly in the La Liga, we have to say that. He's made over 170 appearances for Atleti. So, yeah, Espanyol, he's come through the Real Madrid Academy as well. So, yeah, one of them players that you look at and go, he's not really played anywhere else in Europe. Is that really an issue? He's played at the top level continuously throughout his career. Since being at Atleti anyway, you're looking at him and going, yeah, he's definitely got the experience that Manchester United need right now. And in the situation we're in, beggars can't be choosers. I don't mean that in any disrespect at all. He's had 4 caps for Spain as well. so we can't ignore that. And like I said, masses of experience. His market value is around about 25 million euros, but he hasn't got a club. He's been released. He is a free agent, and Manchester United do not need to pay a fee. Should we just be looking at this and going, get this over the line, at least done? Why has nobody picked this guy up? If he is so consistent for Athletic, who are defensive masterclass normally, and we know what they're like under... what's the name? Oh, for God's sake, Simeone. I almost forgot his manager there. We know how defence-minded they are. Manchester United could do with a bit of that actual dark arts and skullduggery type of defending in our defence right now. And do you know what? Like I said, I haven't looked into it too much. I didn't even know he was one of the free agents going into this summer. Like I said, I don't watch loads of La Liga. I do watch enough to know where the main players are, but I'm not going to be telling you I know everything about this man, what he's good at, what he's not good at, or anything like that. It's just a defender that Manchester United need. And hopefully, he does turn out... The way we look at it is like I just described. If Simeone's got him in to his team, and he's continuously playing every single game last season, which was quite a big season for Atleti, let's not forget that, then you know he's got something about him at least. And is that better than a Victor Lindelof? Is he more consistent probably than a Johnny Evans or a Harry Maguire? Yes. Is he better than Maguire, Lindelof and Johnny Evans? I am not going to judge. I'm not going to say he is better. I'm not going to say that he is Manchester United's answer to this season. Obviously, he's played and predominantly stayed in La Liga. All I can judge him off is who has used him, where he's played, how consistently he's played, and that's where we're at right now. Which still pushes you towards the question of like, how is this guy actually going on a free agent this summer? It's mental. It's like, how is this actually happening? But yeah, I've just been checking around all of the news regarding this player and what's actually happening right now. Manchester United have initiated contract with free agent Mario Hermoso. This is on about 4 or 5 different aggregator accounts now, all over social media. Nothing significant, nothing crazy. None of the big players are calling it out right now, but this is a free agent. There's no negotiations needed with clubs, which is a bonus for United because that's where we're actually struggling right now. Does this end any interest in Matthijs de Ligt? And does this save Manchester United an absolute fortune? Yes, it does. You're getting that player that is worth 30 million, or that sort of bracket of player that's worth that amount of money, and you're getting him for now. Does that mean that we don't go back in for de Ligt? Does that now show Bayern Munich that we are moving away from this? Maybe pushing them into a corner towards the back end of the transfer window where we get to go back in for de Ligt, and then we get the 2 centre-backs that we possibly wanted at the start of this transfer window. And I think every single United fan would have said we do need at the start of this transfer window. So you're looking at every single angle of this. It's like, well, yeah, why not? Like, we need the numbers. We need the experienced players in. And it isn't a nobody, is it? It isn't a nobody. And if you are consistently playing at the top level, then there is room at Manchester United. As long as he's good enough. Like, honestly, it just broke over the last 30 minutes. So I'm not going to act like I know everything about him. I'm like you guys. I'm catching up. I'm reading. I'm trying to find out why he is a free agent. I'm trying to find out how many games he's played, how consistent he's been. Well, 5 caps for Spain, an ever-present in Simeone's Atleti team, and he's now free. Right, wow, what's going on there? How have they not managed to get that sorted? So we will see. 3-year contracts on just over 100 grand a week or something like that? Seems fair enough, and it's definitely not going to affect Manchester United's finances. That would officially be what then? 3 players through the door. Still money to spare. Now, going into the rest of the defensive department, I'm going to come to your chat on all of this in a minute, guys, and get your opinions on Hermoso and what you think about Manchester United's. Is it clever? Is it smart work from United? Are we desperate? Are you looking at it that way with this scenario right now with Hermoso? But Samuel Luckhurst has also been talking about everything going on. By the way, Manchester United's under-21 captain, Ala Joffrey, has signed a new professional contract, 3-year contract at the football club. Another centre-back lined up for Manchester United. That is all in the final stages of being finalised now. So United securing another academy graduate there. Kai Rooney has been talking about playing for United in 4 years in the Premier League. That's good. But the serious stuff like we're talking about now, the here and present right now. Samuel Luckhurst has been talking recently. And he wanted to talk. I want to talk about what he said regarding Wan-Bissaka again, because I talked before, and like, if United do pull away from De Ligt, are they going to use that money for, say, Mazraoui, just getting that fullback in and then just letting Aaron Wan-Bissaka sweat it out? Like, he has said regarding this, a deal for Bayern Munich's right back Noussair Mazraoui is contingent of and on the intent sale of Aaron Wan-Bissaka to West Ham. Wan-Bissaka representatives remain in talks about his personal terms. Yeah, talking about it, no one's going to pay you 7 million, Aaron. But again, that's another journalist that has approached the club and got news from the club. Like, Manchester United 100% will only bring in Mazraoui if Wan-Bissaka is sold. It is player for player. Simple as that right now. They will not spend what money they had aside for Matthias de Ligt on another player. That's an interesting tactic for Manchester United, because you thought they might have tried to play a little bit smart and go, you know what, we're saved there, let's just bring him in. And you know what, you could easily forgive them for going, right, now we've saved money on a centre-back and brought maybe Hermoso in. That's if, buts, and nothing definite yet on this, guys. It's just the news that's coming out over the last half hour, this one. So if they did go down that road and bring someone else in free, then does that look at you looking at that and going, can we spend that money then on Mazraoui, would we? But apparently not. We're not going to. It only happens if a player in that same position is sold, and that player, obviously, as we know, is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Samuel Luckhurst is the one that has said Manchester United want to make at least 3 more signings in the final 3 weeks of this summer transfer window. They are adamant that they are going to get 3 more players. Well, it'd be easy if you can get a player for absolutely nothing in a Hermoso. That would definitely be a plus and a bonus for United. But still, looking at it right now, it opens up a new avenue, I feel, for United. This. It does. It's sort of like, if this is true, and it does happen, let's just say we're in the if department right now, but another option, and United being a little bit clever, like, I didn't have a clue. I literally scoured through that free agent list at the start of the transfer window, coming towards the back end of the season. I was looking through, like, who's free. And obviously we've done this before with Christian Eriksen. Funnily enough, Christian Eriksen, going across the bottom of your screen there, Samuel Luckhurst touched on him as well. He won't be going anywhere. He is staying until the end of his contract. It's as simple as that. And you've got to go, you've got to say, basically, let me just make sure, I've just got to check something else, actually. It's made me up here. Yeah, just double checking on that free agent list there. 1 second. Yeah, I've got it. No, sorry, guys. Sorry, I just had to spin away then. Just double check. But yeah, Christian Eriksen was one of them free players as well. And yeah, he's said he wants to see out the rest of his contract. I said it at the top of the show. I've given up on Manchester United players leaving. I really have. And I feel like this is the way that United are approaching it now. Ineos had all the great intentions of getting rid of players. They realise that players are just going to end up walking away for nothing, because we cannot deal with the contract situations that were put on to these players from Ed Woodward's and Murtaugh's era. It's just ridiculous. And now we're looking at trying to get free transfers. This is how I see it. It's like, we can't do it. We physically cannot do it. But United could be bringing in what? If we do get Hermoso, then you're looking at it and you're going, oh, that's 3 players for what? 80-odd million? Right now as it stands. You could say 90 million if you want to go right to the top end of the price for Leny Yoro, but it's obviously with add-ons as well, the 52 million, I think. So, yeah, you're looking at it. Under 100 million, you've got 3 players brought in by Manchester United so far. I think our net spends around about just over 40 million right now. So, it really is cost-cutting actions right now and transfer window for Manchester United. So, yeah, we're looking at it and we're going, this is clear that Ineos have hit that wall that we were discussing, and they're having to change tactics completely. They're having to change the plan, and they're constantly having to change this plan. It's with the Wan-Bissaka situation. I think that's the reality shot that Ineos needed, I think. And they now, I feel, understand where they're at. Like, we've had no updates, like I said before, on Victor Lindelof. I would love it if United brought players in on the cheap and centre-backs in. And we just said to Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, just go and sit it out over there. Go on free next season. But you're not going to be playing this season. F off. Like, seriously, it's an absolute farce that we're in this situation. But if you get someone in like Hermoso, then that for me is smart work from United. Like, it's not ideal. It's not what I wanted. I'm not going to say that this is the plan all along and this is great and United are going to be fantastic next season. But look, you only have to look at the situation we're in and then you go, look, we have to do something. We are on the cusp of the start of the season and we haven't got fit centre-backs again. So we need to have something in. And like I said, this guy has got a good injury record, a good amount of good performances last season, consistently in that team with Simeone over in Madrid, and it's a positive, I feel, on that side of it. And you don't get that many games for Atleti and get caps for Spain if you're not a decent player. And 29, doesn't fit the right model, right type of profile of player that we want, but needs must right now. United need players, and if you've got someone like him who's experienced, then I don't think you can turn away from this. It's a crap situation to be in, but we have to deal with it the best way we can. I'm going to get into the chat anyway and see what you guys are saying. Over 1,000 people in the room with us right now. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to the midday show. Creeping up to 200 likes. Keep liking the video. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button again. I'm Jesco says, Hermoso, a good cover for Shaw and Malacia. With these two guys, you will never know. He's a centre-back, mate. Plays at centre-back. Apparently, he can play left-back. Yeah, he probably can play left-back, but he is a centre-back. I would ideally be looking at him to be covering for centre-back, but in the versatile world of Manchester United defenders right now, I mean, this fits the mould completely, doesn't it? If he can be a lefty, then go for it. We've got a bit of extra cover. But what does that tell you then about other signings? United, if they don't get rid of Wan-Bissaka, are we bothered about Mazraoui coming in? I was looking at news before and I seen Kadoglu being close now with Brighton, and I'm just like, God's sake. So it's it's another player that Manchester United are going to miss out on because we haven't got the money and we've got players in the way, and another good player that in a few years might be even better. But the situation we're in, we've got these players already in position at United and we need to get them out first. We know we're not going to get them out and therefore not going to be able to get the right players we need. It's horrible. It is. Adam, can him also play the high line? Is he quick? Honestly, mate, like I said, I do not know the ins and outs, what he's good at, what he's not good at. He's not the tallest centre-back in the world, I know that. I don't know. I looked at the stats from last season. He predominantly played at centre-back last season for Atleti. So, in terms of speed, what he's got about him, what he's good at, I couldn't give you the ins and outs. I really couldn't. John Wood says, we need a striker way more than we need a right-back. Let Wan-Bissaka stay as backup to Dalot. Honestly, no, John. I've had enough of Wan-Bissaka now after his antics. I just want him out. 100% with you. Shameless FC once again. That's from that's Stretford Gamer replying to Jamie. Jamie must have been slagging United off somewhere there. Him and Berge will make us much more physical. And let's be honest, we play like wimps a lot of the time. Malt says, it sounds like panic stations at United right now. There probably will be an element of like worry and panic to Manchester United within, like, they're getting close now, like 3 weeks to go till the end. I would be surprised if a few people weren't like worrying a little bit or panicking a little bit. We haven't got a fit defence again, so you need to make things happen, and I think United are doing this right now with this deal. This window should be a good reminder to why United must change fully to having a coach that is a coach and a football executives team that sort the transfers. No overlapping responsibilities. I think that's where we're trying to get to. David says, don't worry, lads. Anthony said he's going to start using his right foot, so we will so we win everything this season. I finished the morning show earlier on and then went to the gym, came back and I'm looking on the phone, looking through social media. I'm like, what other United news is going on? What's happening in the world of United? And all I've seen is just pictures of Anthony plastered all over social media. And I'm just like, I don't need to see that. I'm looking at Brighton maybe signing Kadoglu, and then I've got to look at Anthony biting his medal, and I'm just like, no, just don't, please, don't rub that in. I need something else to happen at least, because I can't be talking about Anthony anymore. That guy, there's nothing else to say about Anthony. Only thing that he can do is perform on the pitch, and that's it. I'll save every other conversation and judgment on him until he's actually started turning up for Manchester United. If someone comes in for him, honestly, I would drive him. I would then fly him. I would charter a jet myself to get him out of this football club. This is so strange. Players are staying who are just not good enough. They will be exposed. They don't care about their careers. It's all about money for them. They are a disgrace. Gerhan, there is an element to that as well. It's like, if Wan-Bissaka comes back into that team next season, every single fan knows that you basically tried to take 7 million off the club, having been paid a fortune week in, week out to play for Manchester United. How do you think the fans are going to react to players like that? I think United will still try and push Wan-Bissaka out and get as good a deal as they possibly can this transfer window. But still, if he does somehow stay at United and then walks out on that pitch next season, it's like, what reception is he going to get as well? That's the worrying thing. It's like fans know you can't kid the fans. And they'll be looking at that and going, all of the crap that's gone on over the summer, they'll be going like we know what you're made of. We know what you're all about right now. And like the comment says there, it's like everybody knows that he's there for the money. That's it. He doesn't care about moving on for his career. The first and foremost thing at the front of their minds and what they need to get sorted is, how much am I going to get paid? Forget about the football. Honestly, you could tell in pre-season it didn't even look like he wanted to be there, Wan-Bissaka. He looked all over the place. And now he's not available for the bleeding Community Shield. Oh, here we go again. But yeah, it's like if players are then pushed out of this team and don't play and they can rot, knowing that United cannot get any money for these players, I could not give a shit if they are on the bench, in the reserves, training wherever and not playing any games at all. I know it probably won't happen because we get injuries every 2 bleeding weeks. But if these players like Lindelof, like Wan-Bissaka, who know that they're going to get a big payout if they're forced out the door this summer, if they know that, say for instance, if they know that they are going to get that money and they're not bothered about going anywhere else this summer, then yeah, we'll keep you. You can go on your free, but you're not going to play this summer. You're going to be that player that everyone looks at and goes, wow, yeah, we know what you're about, Mr. Moneyman. That's all you cared about at the end of the season, how much money I was going to get out of this. Eriksen, Maguire, Anthony, just don't play them. Maguire's not in that category. It's like Maguire always gets tarnished with that same brush, doesn't he? I do have a little bit of sympathy for Maguire with a lot of this stuff going on, but again, like he is going to be one of them players that goes into the last year after this season. So yeah, there were rumours earlier on about Harry Maguire and Juventus still being interested. Look, and if you put the club Juventus into any conversation about a transfer right now, I just do not take it seriously. They are jokers when it comes to transfers. Forget Juventus. Sell to buy, like, we haven't got any money, like, Christ, like, honestly, they're a waste of time. So any sort of negotiation or any sort of rumour regarding a player going or a player coming to Juventus, like, coming from Juventus, like, no, I forget it. I don't even take it seriously anymore. Not worth reading into, to be honest. We don't need to be signing more average players on 5-year deals that won't be able to sell. Well, Hermoso is free. It doesn't cost us anything, mate, because he's a free transfer and he only wants a 3-year deal at the age of 29. And then he walks away at 32, having helped us see through this awkward period. Experienced defender. I don't think it's a bad deal on that. Like, look, it's, again, just reiterate, it's not what we should be doing. It's nowhere near where we were hoping we were going to be this transfer window. But circumstances dictate a lot of the time. Manchester United are in a bit of a pickle. and their backs are up against the wall, they need to start acting, and they need to be clever. Some may say this isn't clever, it's desperate, Adam. I understand that as well. But what are they supposed to do? They have tried everything to move players out, but they will not budge. They will not budge. And we need the money. We cannot. Look, the Premier League this season could come down to a matter of points, small amount of points. We know what happened with Everton and Nottingham Forest last season. If Manchester United fall short, anywhere near falling short of financial fair play or anything like that, and we're losing points, then it is an absolute nightmare for us. Like, we can't afford to lose anything. Look, I know that the financial year has passed and it doesn't matter now. We're all building up to the next financial year, and apparently Manchester United have cleared this last financial restricted year. So we should be okay, but still, like, you want to make sure that you're running properly and you want to make sure you're staying in the black, don't you? We cannot afford to go any more into the red. And I just hope that we can get at least 3 more players in. We need them. Like we said before, Xander Berge is very close to joining Manchester United. Them noises are serious. Like we said earlier on, they are happening. Manchester United have also made even more concrete talks and negotiations for FOFANA as well. So Yusuf FOFANA, Milan are waiting it out at the moment. They've cooled off. They want to see what's happening with it. So they're in and out at the moment with FOFANA. Should United go on strike and get that deal done? Is it too risky? Can we afford to buy Xander Berge and FOFANA? I don't think we can. I think it's one or the other. So as close as Xander Berge gets, I feel like that pushes FOFANA away. I think that's what AC Milan are waiting for, because obviously they'll know that United are in for Xander Berge now. And if we do go for them, they'll know that United cannot afford to probably buy FOFANA as well. Definitely not. Look, we were going for Agati as the main midfielder, and that was about 35 million that we were bidding for him. We can't afford to buy Xander Berge, which is apparently going to be 25 with add-ons, and then FOFANA as well on top, because that would take us above our budget as well. So, yeah, unless they do like I said they would. Again, this is me playing FIFA again, innit? But like saving the money from De Ligt by bringing Hermoso in for free and then using that De Ligt money for the midfield, which is kind of desperate at the moment. But I still think that they will wait out till the end of the transfer window for De Ligt. Bringing Hermoso in is that extra defender, and getting De Ligt, that's 3 centre-backs in, and no one can say that Manchester United's defence isn't stronger then. The issue that Manchester United have got right now is, and there's a story out from The Sun today about Leny Yoro now being out for even longer than first thought, which is a bit of a kick in the sack, I'm not going to lie. It's shit, basically. If it is true, then the story that's coming out from The Sun is that we're not going to see Leny Yoro until after December. Honestly, I don't know why you would even try and cover that up. Like, I don't know if this is a true story or not. It's going around. It's in the Sun newspaper that Yoro is out for longer than what we first thought. So, initial report from the operation and injury was 3 months. So that takes you into November, near enough when he's going to be available. We're now hearing that this now could be into the new year, new calendar year. So, yeah, that would be an absolute disaster for Manchester United. It really would. That is like the most unluckiest scenario you could imagine of a new player coming in. All of the hype, young lad, 18, first pre-season, 2 games in, broken foot, and then misses 6 months. That would be an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But these are the realities that we're looking at right now. It would definitely push Manchester United into making sure we bought another defender this summer, this transfer window. And maybe this news of Yoro, I don't know if it's real, guys. Honestly, I don't. It's a report that's going around, and we're just talking about what's being reported. Well, I don't know why United, first of all, would try and cover this up, like set the expectations. Maybe hoping that Manchester United actually got off to a good start in the season. Everyone was concentrating on the positives that were happening on the pitch and not worrying about players being injured. I don't know why you would do it or try and even cover it up, but looking at it, I would say that if it was the case, then I could understand why we're actually moving the way we are in the transfer market right now. I mean, guys, what do you actually think about? There's so much to talk about. The Ligt, that's a hit and run. Like, what? Only United. Like, it's like the actual transfer window that's going on right now. No other club would be having a window like this. It's just mental. It's like all of a sudden you've gone from getting De Ligt and Yoro and having a great start to the transfer window to De Ligt not coming, up on a hit and run charge. Yoro's broke his foot and now could be missing till the new year. And United all of a sudden finding a free agent in Hermoso from Atleti. And no one could have scripted that or written that. It was just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And this is what Manchester United windows are like. Hopefully this will change. And this is what I meant earlier on today. In all of this circus and everything going on, Ineos standing firm and not bidding for these players means that that's how Manchester United will be operating later down the line. That's how we need to be working. It's like hard now to say no. The short-term loss is great because we need to be back in the Champions League. Finishing 8th was nowhere near good enough. And we need to bring players in. We need better players in. But if you can't afford it, you don't buy it. You try and make good with what you've got. You try and make better in what you've got. The other problem with United is, and the reason why it probably isn't going to work, is because what you have got doesn't even turn out on the bastard pitch. Because it's injured all the time. So, yeah, you can see what Ineos are up against. Like every single episode, every single video that we do, there's always something new that's actually come about. I don't think any other club, no one in the Premier League is ever going to have a transfer window like Manchester United. I don't care who they are or how badly or how they claim to have bad transfer windows. Like United are the best at it. We really are. I don't mind free transfers, by the way. I think they're clever if it's the right player. And I think that fits Manchester United right now. I do. I think it really does fit what we need right now in Hermoso, an experienced centre-back. But Yoro being injured for longer, that's probably the bigger concern for me. It's like, just make sure that this lad is actually recovering properly and he gets what he needs treatment-wise. Like, let's not rush him back. I'm not bothered if he is out for longer. Obviously, I am, because we're going to miss him and we could do with him in the side. But let's look at the long-term side of things here with Yoro. If he needs extra time and more treatment, then you've got to give it him. We cannot be rushing players back for the sake of getting players in. And this is why I think we're bringing in another defender for free. Honestly, right now, you've got, what? You've lost Varane. If you bring in Hermoso, that's someone coming in on less wages than Varane. So like for like, Yoro on top of that would have been great, but obviously he's out. So as you look at it right now, as we stand, we're basically where we was in defence last season if Hermoso comes in. Because no one else has left, and we brought in 2 defenders. One of them's injured for a good chunk of time, and we're basically brought in the free transfer of Hermoso, and we're where we was. And then you look at that when Yoro comes back. Hopefully that will give us that push towards the back end of the season. Really, right now, I think United are concentrating on getting defences, getting the defence sorted, getting everything done. And then maybe we can move forward onto this midfield. But I do think like Hermoso, Xander Berge, these are the sort of players that United are going to be looking at now, because we cannot get the players we want for the right price. So this now is the ultimate reality. It is. I'm just looking through all of the other news right now. There's more pictures of Manchester United's tunnel, which is looking a lot better. Nice paint job. Nice red and black design, a bit snazzy. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's decent. But yeah, if you have just joined us, thank you. Make sure you are liking the video. Make sure you subscribe. We need at least over 300 likes on this live video, guys. I've asked for 600 for this show. And I'm sure you can do it. Please make sure you're subscribed. And you do share the video as well. Well over 1,100 in the room with us right now. We're going over the news about Manchester United negotiating personal terms with Mario Hermoso, a free agent, used to play for Simeone at Atleti over in Madrid. He has become a free agent this season, 29. He's looking at getting just over 100 grand a week. on a 3-year deal, would you go for it? Get in the chat and let me know on that. Is that a good deal for United? Let's get into the chat. Mr. C, opinions are based on logic and using your brain. Half of the options that are bandied about, after the opinions that are bandied about in the comment section of United fan channels are based on dribble that rolls out of the mouth. Certain people do talk a lot of dribble low on YouTube, don't they? Not me! Sometimes. Nah, never. No, everyone's welcome to an opinion on this show. That's one thing that you will get different over here. We don't cancel out anyone, not unless you are absolutely abusing me in the worst way possible. But you are welcome to your United opinion. Raymond Maddox, it's not a hit and run charge. It's just knocked into another car. He still drove away after smashing into a car. That's what it is. It's a run. He didn't stay. And he's hit another vehicle, a parked vehicle. I don't know if anyone was in it. I don't know all the details. The only reason to bring it up is because it's laughable, really. It would only happen to United. I'm sure there is nothing in it, but only a United target would have this sort of story floating around within the media, wouldn't it? Let's just see. You get a free life jacket under your seat at Old Trafford now because you can't afford to fix the roof. Lovely. I'll look for that when I go there next season. I would love to see the accounts. I wonder how bad we really are. I am a bit dubious with Ineos Adam. Mate, the accounts are out. You can't ignore them. Accounts are released every single year. They have to be. And United are desperately in debt, mate. It literally is. The wage bill is astronomical. We have brought that down, obviously, with moving on Martial and Varane now. I think we're 4th in the league for highest wage bill. That's only going to go down with what Ineos are doing. So we started well. You can't be really dubious with Ineos. Like, the accounts are from the last Murto and Glazer only financial year of United. So they're dealing with what we've got. We know exactly what we've got. We've seen the figures. The figures are released. We know how much money United have got to spend. We know the rules of financial fair play. And there's nothing really you can put on Ineos. I'll keep backing them up on this side of it. I like the way they're working. But there are certain things you just cannot move. And that is the players. Players at Manchester United have had it brilliant all of their careers. Well, being at United, that is. And it just goes to show someone coming in to run the ship properly and run Man United properly right now, and look at what's happening with the players. Their little summer home and their summer camp has been disrupted. We now actually have consequences. We now have accountability onto these players. And Ineos are basically outing every single player that is a problem at Manchester United right now. It's no wonder everything has stayed quiet with certain players right now. You've got Anthony coming out. We know the stories about him kicking off. You can see he was kicking off about being moved on the pitch, and he's come out and said that he's not bothered about it. It's not a big thing. Of course I want to win for United. All these players are going to end up falling in line. Eventually, when these contracts run past the old Glazonomics era and they're into the Ineos era, you're going to have none of this shit going on. It may take years, but Ineos will get us there in running the club properly, that is. Exactly, Adam. We need a bit of positivity. I'm still happy with how this is going. I'm not concerned. Man United, and I'll keep saying it, should get 7 points from them first 3 games before the transfer window shuts. I don't want no excuses. None. We've got enough. We have definitely got enough. Like, even if you had to play Wan-Bissaka, worst case scenario, he's there on the right hand side, Dallow's on the left. Like, we're still going to have a better team and more options going into these first few games than we probably did going into that last game of the season against Manchester City. Yeah, we're missing Amrabat. Yeah, we're missing Højlund. Let's not be thingy though, because Højlund didn't start that game. But still, you're going to have a good core of the same players. And I expect results. I do. I'm no excuses for Manchester United at all. No excuses. Yes, Adam, enough is enough, says Donnell. Adam, we have Ten Hag. Stop it, Tim. I'm trying to be positive. There's still an emergency credit facility in times of desperation. I know that, Simon. They don't want to use it. They won't overpay. They will not overpay for players. They've made it clear. They have the budget And that's what's there. Right now, we're at about 44 million net spend or something like that, I think we are, for this transfer window. When has that ever been that low? When has it ever been that low? I just wish we was able to sell the likes of Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka. Like, we've not even talked about Hannibal and Palestra yet. These are going all under the radar right now, and it just shows how much work is going on behind the scenes, because they should have been easy let-go players for United. Like, scrape together what you can. Like, I still think Palestri's a player. I think there's a player in there. Samuel Luckhurst did say that United are willing to invest into the forward line only if Jadon Sancho is sold, because he's the only one that's really going to bring any clout, to be honest. Can you imagine if we sold Jadon Sancho? Like, literally, how this transfer window was being run. We were on the cusp of actually breaking even for transfers if we sold everybody that we're looking to sell. Say, for instance, we sold Sancho and bought a forward in. We bought in Berge. We bought in Sofian Amrabat on a loan. We bought in Hermoso on a free transfer. We got in Ligt, but we sold Sancho. We sold McTominay, Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Hannibal, Palestra. Everything we've already sold already. Like, we have done all right this transfer window. That was if we sold them players. That was Ineos's intention. And we haven't managed to get there. Like, 3 weeks to go, like we said. And I've said it on every show this week, that there's been worrying, there's been negativity flying around. I can't fault anyone for that. It is a worry going into the season with a very similar team to what we had last year. But wait until that transfer window's done. That last week of the window, I think certain clubs will start to get a bit twitchy. I think deals come about. You have to play the game. The transfer game isn't black and white. There are certain players that are set up and are done and finalised quicker than others. Some, it's a little bit more complicated. And with financial fair play at its height, and with so much power and grip over every single Premier League team and European teams, you are going to have to be very, very clever with what you do in the transfer window. And that's where United are at. I've got to be honest, and with Scholes, I have absolutely no excitement for the season. Been watching far too long. It's going to be a long, hard and painful. It's going to be hard, painful, like prison. Oof. That is harsh, Timbo, mate. Cornish May says, we will get a minimum of 6 points from the first 3 games. I think a lot of people would take that. Puts United in a handy position there, just in the top 6, I would say. We play Ollie Ball versus City. I hope quick counter work. We lack quality, play good possession football. We can't get that yet. We haven't got the team together for it, Yami. I would have more excitement if we started the junior team. So he wants to play the kids, says Tenderloin. Daniel says, scenes when we get FOFANA / Sanderberg and then get Agate on a loan on deadline day. Oh, we all wish, Daniel, mate. We all wish. I like the positivity, though, my man. Keep it up. It's more than welcome. Guys, that pretty much finishes everything going up. Hermoso on a free transfer. Yoro injury a bit longer than first thought. That is a concern. Closer and closer with Zanderberg deal. United talking to FOFANA, but doesn't look like it'll be Zanderberg and FOFANA, one or the other. Luckhurst has come out from the MEN and said United will definitely get 3 more signings. That is their target. Who will they be? 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, 1 defender. Like, honestly, we don't know, but we know the players we're in for. And if you get Hermoso on a free, there's a bonus player right there. So, let's see what happens this afternoon, shall we? And I'll be back at 6:30 with you all, giving you full updates on what's going on. It is going to be another epic one, I think, today, isn't it? It is. Guys, please give the video a like on your way out. We're almost at that 400 mark. Thank you so much. Legends, a lot of you. Well over 1,100, 1,200 in the room with us on the show again. Brilliant. You're all fantastic. I love the support on the channel. I love your comments coming in. Get your comments in below as well, guys. Let me know what you think. And make sure you do subscribe, guys. Please do subscribe. There is a link in the description as well. We are doing a watch-along tomorrow. More information on that later on this evening, guys. Make sure you're tuned in, subscribe, notifications on. And I'll see you all for the evening show. Have a good one, everyone. Up the Reds.